Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, a journey that breaks the soul and binds it back together. Death Stranding 2 is not just a game, it's an emotional walk through life, death, loneliness, and connection. Hideo Kojima, the master of strange beauty, returns with a sequel that doesn't just continue a story, it expands its meaning. This is Sam Portenbridge's second walk through a broken world. But this time, the weight on his back is more than just a package. It's hope. It's pain. It's the memory of those he's lost and the people he still wants to protect. This game isn't about shooting. It's not about fast action. It's about moving forward, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. A cracked world, a silent hero. The world is still broken. The beaches, the BTs, the rain that ages everything it touches. But this time, the danger isn't just from the outside, it's from within. Sam has scars, deep ones. You see it in his eyes. You feel it in the silence between each word he speaks. People are still separated. Cities are still isolated. Fear controls everything. And in the middle of it all stands Sam, not as a savior, not as a soldier, but as a man trying to keep what little hope is left alive. New faces, old pain. Fragile is back. She's different now, less cold, more human. Her past is heavy, but she carries it with strength. Elle Fanning plays a new character, mysterious, maybe even dangerous. Shioli Katsuna's Rainey holds secrets we can't yet understand. And yes, Troy Baker returns. His voice, his presence, it's like hearing the whisper of a ghost from the first game. And then there's George Miller. The man behind Mad Max now brings his mind to Kojima's world. That alone tells you this game is cinematic madness. Sound that touches the heart. Death Stranding was always about sound, the soft hum of nature, the lonely guitar strings from Low Roar, the distant echo of a baby crying in a pod. And now we know the sound mixing is complete. That matters because in Death Stranding, sound is emotion. It's not just background noise, it's a character. It tells you what the world feels. It lets you hear Sam's heartbeat. It lets you feel the silence, a story of loss, love, and the last chance. This is not just another delivery mission. This is about life, about the future, about the idea that maybe, just maybe, we can still fix things. The story goes deeper. It's not trying to explain everything with logic. It's about feeling. You'll see people dealing with parenthood, death, guilt, and forgiveness. You'll question what life means when you're alone. You'll wonder what happens to love when time doesn't wait. And when you hear those characters speak, every word cuts like a blade, soft but sharp. Gameplay, slow but not boring. If you hated walking in the first game, this won't change your mind. But if you understood the purpose of that walk, this sequel will mean more. There's still weight management, route planning, and terrain challenges, but now there's stealth, there's combat, there are strange enemies that push you to think, not just react. And above all, there's choice. You can avoid fights, you can sneak, you can run, or you can stand your ground. It's all part of how you build your own journey. Graphics that breathe. Using Guerrilla Games' Decima engine, this is one of the best-looking games ever made. Snowstorms feel real. The ocean looks endless. Faces don't just move, they express. Tears, sweat, wrinkles, they all speak. When the wind blows Sam's hair, it feels like you're right there with him, standing in the cold. And yes, there's a new photo mode. Every frame is like a painting, like a still from a movie, like a memory. A price for the true fans. The collector's edition costs $229.99. That's a lot. But it comes with a giant 15-inch statue, steelbook case, patches, stickers, and a letter from Kojima himself. Some say it's too expensive. Others call it a tribute. Whatever your view, it shows Kojima is still thinking like an artist, not just a businessman. Trailers that feel like dreams. At SXSW, we got a 10-minute trailer that felt like a dream sequence. We saw Sam walking in slow motion. We saw water rise, cities fall, and shadows chase children. A man was carrying a figure across a fiery battlefield. Drones, mechs, puppets. What does it mean? And that's the point. June 26, 2025, the day we walk again. This is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. For now, PC fans are hoping it arrives later. But on June 26th, players will step back into the boots of Sam Porter Bridges, back into a world where every step matters, where your path shapes your story. This is not a game you finish. It's a game you remember. Kojima's legacy in a flash drive. Kojima once said he might only have 10 years left to create. That's why he's already passed his ideas to his assistant on a USB stick. All his dreams, all his characters, all his worlds. In many ways, Death Stranding 2 feels like a goodbye letter. Thank you. Please don't forget me. In the end, what is Death Stranding 2? It's not just a sequel. It's a mirror. It shows us who we are when we're alone, who we become when we try to connect, what it means to carry someone else's pain, and whether a broken world can still be healed by a single step in the right direction. When Sam walks, we feel it. When the rain falls, we listen. When the baby cries, we understand. Death Stranding 2 is not for everyone. It's slow, it's strange, but for those willing to walk the path, it's one of the most emotional, artistic, and human games ever made. So, will you walk with us?